They say there are laws known only to the awakened. Invisible principles that allow a few to see paths where others see only walls. Before we begin, subscribe, leave a like, and share this story with those still searching for their inner light. Because what you're about to hear might just change the way you see the world. His name was Aelius, a man whose eyes carried the dust of many roads and the silence of sleepless nights. Once a disciple of a great master, he now walked alone across the highlands of the east. The wind struck his worn cloak, the sand clung to his steps, and one question haunted his mind. Why do some see beyond the veil, while others remain trapped in what they can see? It was in this quiet search that the first veil would be lifted. First law, silence precedes power. Aelius reached a coastal village where an old man sat daily, gazing at the sea without speaking. Curious, he asked him why. The elder replied, "The world speaks too much. The genius listens." That night, Aelius understood that clarity doesn't come from speaking, but from stillness. The greatest minds advance not because they shout louder, but because they hear what no one else perceives. Silence is the forge of discernment. Second law, see what others avoid. At the market, he saw a young craftsman repairing broken objects. The merchants mocked him. "Why fix what's worthless?" they laughed. The craftsman smiled. "Because I see what you ignore." And Aelius understood. Geniuses don't flee from ruins. They rebuild from them. Where others stop, they begin. Third law, turn pain into raw material. On the northern road, Aelius fell ill. Fever burned his body, yet in his delirium, he recalled his master's words. "If you suffer, do not curse your wound. Polish it, it will become your mirror." When he rose again, weak but lucid, he knew every pain can be transformed into energy if one faces it without complaint. Fourth law, isolation is not loneliness. In the Valley of Red Stones, Aelius spent 40 days alone. The wind spoke for him. At first, the emptiness frightened him, but slowly, he learned to converse with silence. The genius walks alone not out of pride, but because depth cannot bear the noise of the crowd. It is not solitude that destroys, it is the absence of meaning. Fifth law, observe without judging. Aelius entered a city ruled by anger. People quarreled over wealth, beliefs, and pride. He remained calm, listening to both sides, watching their fears unfold. He realized that most conflicts are born from the fear of being wrong. The genius doesn't seek to be right, only to understand. Sixth law, mastering time is mastering oneself. In the home of an astronomer, Aelius learned the rhythm of the stars. "Men waste their lives trying to save time," said the astronomer. "But the wise know, time is neither enemy nor ally. It is a tool." The genius moves slowly, yet never stops, for he spends no energy on impatience. Seventh law, humility attracts truth. In a sacred city, Aelius was praised for his words. But a child told him, "If you were truly wise, you wouldn't need to show it." Those words struck harder than a storm. Aelius fell silent. He let the applause fade like rain on stone. And for the first time, he felt peace, for he understood that the genius seeks not to shine, but to see. Eighth law, detachment reveals freedom. At the peak of a mountain, after years of wandering, Aelius looked down at the world. All he had once desired, knowledge, recognition, power, felt weightless. He realized that true victory is not to rule others, but to no longer be ruled by one's desires. That day, he had nothing left to prove. And in that moment, he became free. Years passed. Disciples of Aelius carried his words like an ancient flame. But he left behind no books, no monuments, only 8 laws, etched in the hearts of those who listened. He used to say, "The genius does not outthink the world to conquer it. He understands it, to love it more deeply." And if you are still listening now, remember this. These laws are not meant to be learned, but lived. Wisdom is not found in words, but in silent action. Aelius never sought glory, only clarity. And you, what are you truly seeking? If this story spoke to you, subscribe, keep this lesson with you, and move forward in peace.